That's in the chat. I'm going to wind up the window so everyone doesn't think I'm more of a weirdo than I already am. So I am sat in a car park waiting for Little Wonder FPV. He's gone to a party with his friends this evening. So Boy Wonder FPV and I have been out and we've been scientifically testing the DJI Neo. And by scientifically testing the DJI Neo, what we actually mean is crashing it into a wall. And what we mean by crashing into a wall is Boy Wonder FPV crashed it into a wall. I am, of course, completely innocent in all this. Hello, Boy Wonder FPV in the chat, and who is also sat next to me. Yo, yo, yo. So, Boy Wonder FPV, did you enjoy crashing? EY, no, I killed the Neo. I'm afraid I did. It was a complete and utter genuine accident. We was just flying around and 4 times the concrete bollard just jumped out in front of the drone and well we've lost, well we haven't lost it, we've got it, but we've lost a motor and we've lost a gimbal and a camera. We've got it, and Only Drones actually suggested to me before, maybe a good follow-up video to this will be how to repair the DJI Neo. So what we did is we went out to a bando, we took a fire extinguisher, we got permission, we had eye protection, all that sort of stuff, and we tested the Neo to destruction. We pushed it as far as we possibly could against concrete barriers. And this is the result of it, and the video will be out tomorrow. I'm going to put a shorts out very shortly. Excuse me, pardon the alliteration there. But we're going to put a shorts out very shortly showing, or just explaining a little bit what we've done and why we've done it. But ultimately, the reason why we've done it. Can I ask something? Of course you can. That's what we're here for. I may not answer it if it's a bit odd, but yeah. I like it more like that, says Alexandro. Absolutely, mate, absolutely.
Same.
RIP, says Only Drones in the chat. I'm glad everybody's here and hopefully enjoying your Saturday evenings, wherever you are in the world, or whether it might be a Saturday morning, depending where you are. Always forgotten. Do you know what? It was fun. I'll say that. It was probably the most fun we had making a video.
True.
It's been an interesting one. We did try to go live from the bando, but because the bando is literally in the middle of nowhere, I couldn't actually get a signal, yeah. Which was a shame because like the vibes at the bando was so cool.
I'm just gonna keep my eye out just in case for Little Wonder.
Okay, well we'll see him come through that over there. So yeah, it's so the idea is, lots of people ask me all the time, should I get a Neo as my first drone? And my thought process on this is, as somebody who's brand new to the hobby, you are going to crash. It is as simple as that. So the question is, how many hits will this take before it ends up cameraless and motorless? That's the real question, and that's what we've answered tonight. And we had a fantastic amount of fun doing it as well, and I hope it translates to the video. EY says, with the iFlight CineFlow 5 and having a Radio Master Pocket 250 milliwatt on the DJI N3, what range do you think? Also, how long flight time with a Dogcom 15? So I've never flown the iFlight CineFlow 5, so I can't honestly answer. ELRS 250 milliwatts will give you several miles worth of range in the right conditions with the right antennas, and the DJI system, the 04, I assume it's the 04 Pro, will give you, I think, is it off the top of my head 11 kilometers worth of range? It will go further, but it will blank out after 11 kilometers. So unless you live in a country with massively liberal VLOS laws, then the answer is probably going to be more than far enough for you. DJI crash test dummy, I like it. Neo is a cool name, better than Avata. It reminds me of the Matrix. Well, it didn't dodge things like Neo from the Matrix. It for whatever reason. I'll tell you what, I want to give a big shout out to Boy Wonder FPV because he piloted it, because I was controlling the cameras and I had the fire extinguisher ready just in case, because we can't be reckless, we've got to be sensible. Yep. And Boy Wonder FPV, I won't tell you how many times he hit it, but he repeatedly hit a concrete bollard and never once missed in manual mode. So props to Boy Wonder. I live in Devon on open moor with miles of flight. Check on maps, Dartmoor, it's really good for flying. So EY, the law in the UK is you cannot fly it further than your spotter can see it, and you have to, by law, have a spotter. So the legal answer is it's going to go several miles. Well, the legal answer is it's going to go further than what you can see. The reality is about 8 miles on open moorland isn't going to be an issue for it whatsoever. But just bear in mind the laws. I'm not here to enforce the laws. I'm just letting you know what the laws are so you don't fall foul of them. What you decide to do with your life is entirely up to you. We all push them from time to time. Morty says, hello, brother. Sounds like it's time to expense a Starlink for pandas. Oh, mate. Honestly, like, I swear to God, we was there and we had loads of time left after we'd finished the filming. And I said, let's go live. And I just could not get a signal at all.
Oh,
it was so frustrating. No, that's not them.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. DJI is dead, says DFPV. EY says, wink, wink. Yeah, at the end of the day, EY, all I'm doing is telling you what the laws are. What you then go away and do is entirely up to you. But the honest answer is you'll get 8 miles without any problems. You should also set a low packet rate. Yeah, and I've got videos about that as well. If you are aiming to fly several miles away, set your packet rate to 150 or even lower. You maybe even 50 if you're just flying for range.
Ooh! That's the bike right there.
That is the bike.
Ooh!
Hello, awesome caddy.
Bro, that's sick, bro, that car.
Might have to put it in FCC mode as well. Go for it. I've got a video on that as well, mate. I've got a video on that as well. Like I say, I've got to be careful now because obviously I've got a he's relatively big. I'm not going to call it big, but it's relatively big platform. So I've just got to be super careful what I say. I can't go around encouraging people to break the law. But if you're asking me a question of what the technical specifications is and what the theoretical or the real world examples of that are, then I can answer that. And then, you know, it is what it is. RIP Neo, says Denny. Damn bad luck, says Hans FPV. Yeah, or Hen FPV, sorry. It was a real, like, just an unlucky thing that this concrete bollard just kept jumping out in front of it. It was just so unlucky. But we will be able to answer the eternal question, is the DJI Neo good for beginners? Because, yes, it's got this technology. I actually thought it offered a frontal obstacle avoidance protection via the camera. It doesn't. Just to clarify, we've got a video to prove it. What would you recommend for a lipo charger? I use the SkyRC Q400 Neo, and I've had great experience with it. I use it every single day. I generally charge 4 lipos at a time. It goes up to 6S on each channel, but I do know that Only Drones and Alexandro have had issues with theirs. For me, I still stand by it, and I do have a video on the channel, so by all means search it up. But for me, I still stand by it because I've had 0 problems and I use it every single day. But I also understand that other people have. So, hello from Israel, welcome. Do you have DJI Care? I do, Alexandro, and I actually said that in the video. It's 16 English pounds and probably 16 euros, I assume. So I thought, like, okay, Sarah, it is what it is. But then Only Drone said, well, why don't you make a video of how to fix it? And actually, although that'll be more expensive than just getting a new one, it's probably not a bad idea. When are you going to do a no mask face reveal, says EY? 100k subs. What do you think of the DJI FPV? It's outdated technology now. It's not worth considering, in my opinion. It was good at a point and did help newbies get into the hobby. Boy Wonder FPV's got one. Only Drones used to have one. It served a purpose, but now we're getting more and more features in Betaflight. I personally don't recommend it. The DJI Neo, my nemesis, says Stevie England. Well, I mean, you can, by all means, if you want to fly this one, Steve, you might have better luck with this one. I've already got it. Thanks for replying again. No, you're more than welcome, EY. Yeah, it's good. I mean, if you've got one, then fly it. It's not a problem. And again, it will do a job for you. And it's quite versatile and it helps you get into the hobby. I just wouldn't recommend buying one in 2025. That's all up, you know. I hope DJI's one. Yeah, Alexandra, we upset DJI a little bit when I panned the Mavic 4 Pro on the review. I thought I was quite well balanced with my review of it. But it just has too many bloody limitations for how much you're spending on it. And I was honest about it, and they didn't like it, and they didn't like it at all. So the Mini 5 I had to buy myself. But it is what it is. Shout out to Jesus our Lord, says Thorn. Red Dog says, with control of the Neo FPV just fine. I'm not sure what you mean, sorry. Good friend. Mini Jesus is Lord. Can I just say, I am still missing Baby Jesus from the boat. Baby Jesus fell out of the boat this summer. I have been back to the lake a couple of times to see if Baby Jesus has washed up onto shore, but as of yet, there is no sign of Baby Jesus. And this makes me very sad. So, yeah. And I've actually just flown around a Roman Catholic church. In fact, the lights are on it now, so I may fly around it again because it was a couple of hours ago when I did it. So I may actually do that again. It's a lovely, lovely building. Not many budget DJI drones have front sensors. I have a Mini 4K and I thought it had, nope. Yeah, I thought this had front sensors based on the camera because that's how it goes through trees and stuff in follow me mode. But I can assure you it doesn't have any frontal avoidance whatsoever. When do you think you will get an iFlight CineFlow 5? It's not on my radar. Boy Wonder FPV, Google iFlight CineFlow 5.
iFlight CineFlow 5?
Yeah, it's not on my radar, so I'm not sure. I'll have a look in a second. Yeah, I meant by Baby Jesus. Yes. Can we all just hold a moment's silence? Well, I can't hold a moment's silence. CineFlow 5. I can't hold a minute's silence because I can't shut up for a minute. But Baby Jesus, it makes me sad. I could just buy another Baby Jesus, but it feels wrong. Oh, it's just a 5-inch. I'll speak to iFlight. I don't necessarily need one, so if I can at least try and negotiate a little bit of a better deal, because unless it's a new release, it doesn't do particularly well, and obviously a lot of the manufacturers don't work with us because we are a little bit too honest, but we'll never change. Do you have a valid complete setup for brand new drones with Betaflight, etc.? I do. If you search for, I think it's the Axis Fly Manta DC, I think that's the video where I'll walk you through setting up Betaflight from brand spanking new. It's expensive, yes, it is expensive. I don't have any use for it personally, so it would only be to review, and if I was to review it, then like the channel isn't making, it's making a little bit, but it's not making enough to fund something that isn't gonna help sort of push us to the next level. So at this moment in time, it's not on my radar, but I will speak to iFlight and see if we can negotiate something. Some manufacturers are willing to, most are not. You can fly the Neo in FPV if you have the controller. Yep, that's what we did, Red Dog. We flew it in FPV mode with the DJI FPV controller and the DJI goggles, yep. And this unfortunate accident happened. A very unfortunate accident happened. The video will be out tomorrow. I haven't edited it yet because we've only just come back from filming it. We're just waiting for Boy Wonder FPV's brother to come back from a party, picking him up. So I'll get on editing it tomorrow. There probably won't be a preview for members because it's going to be such a tight deadline. But I think before I've actually started editing it, I think that it's actually quite a fun video. So hopefully you guys think the same too. 530 quid. Yep, I've got it. 04 Pro, very fast, agile, good flight time. Okay, cool. Thanks, says EY. No problems at all. I have got a video in production as well of all of the 5-inches that have been released this year. And I don't think we've got a couple of iFlights. We've got the iFlight Nazgul Eco, which actually is really difficult to beat when you consider the cost of it. Although the Gep RC Vapor D5 gets pretty close to it as well. We've got the Nazgul Evoque version 3 as well. So we have got a couple of iFlight quads, but it looks, I mean, that looks decent, but like I say, it's I've got so many quads, and But people always want comparisons, people always want reviews. So, you know, if we can just get the channel to a position whereby we're making enough to make it self-sustainable, I'll review and feature absolutely everything and compare absolutely everything, because I love this. It's difficult to understand how I've found my way into this space and how I've done it, but I genuinely love what I'm doing, and honestly, unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. Just on my 80th flight with the Neo. Yep, guideline, me too. Yep. Yep, all went well. It flew just as expected. Have you ever tried DIY colon cleansing? Any going spare, says you. I get asked that question every day, mate. How do I ban somebody? Hide user from channel. Yeah, I get asked that question every day. Can I give people free drones? Unfortunately not. I've got to fund them all myself as it stands. Guideline, you're brave. I'm the best. Going to review the Deep Space Seeker 3.56S. I am indeed, Danny. It's on its way over to me as we speak. Unfortunately, Deep Space don't tend to send them out in advance, which is a bit of a shame, because it would be really good to coordinate a video when it got released. But unfortunately, it just is what it is. Got a couple of quads from Beta FPV, sorry, coming over. Again, they don't really coordinate with release. They did with the Pavo 20 Pro, and the results spoke for themselves, but it's a bit difficult. But we do have one from another manufacturer that is coordinating with its release date, but I can't tell you anything about that just yet. So yeah, I do, like I said, I do get asked all the time, will you give me a free drone? Ultimately, as it stands, I have to fund all of them myself. So it's a bit of an investment for the future as it stands. I'll review them, and then what will happen is I'll either use them for fun myself to make content for the channel professionally, or like I've been doing last week, we'll do comparison videos where I'll take two out and fly them back to back, and then I can tell you what it's like versus another one, because I must get asked 10 times every day, what's this drone like versus this drone? And if I get rid of them all, if I even sell them, and then somebody asks me for a direct comparison, I can only go off memory, and memory fades really, really quickly. Which is why when I did the sub 249 gram sort of 3-inch and under comparison video, I flew them all back to back, because how I remembered it was absolutely not how I scored it in the end, and it is really important to do that. So that's ultimately what we do with them. What do you do once you finish with them? Send them back to the supplier? No, I pay for them, so they are mine, and it is what it is. Some manufacturers will send out drones, but they won't have the 04 Pro, so I've got to then obviously pay to get an 04 Pro to review it. So again, you know, and that's why we're as honest as we are, because it costs money to run the channel. The channel is nowhere near self-sustaining yet. I'm hoping next year is the year that we can sort of break through that barrier and actually get to a stage where we are self-sustainable. But ultimately, from a selling or giving away point of view, I would rather be able to answer your questions honestly by sort of flying them back to back. But you know, it may come to it if we get so big and all the manufacturers do work with us, that we can start giving them away because I've got too many. That's the goal ultimately, one day. Sorry, I've missed a few here. I would take a look at the Sora, says Alexandro. Yeah, I bet you would. That's coming out on Wednesday, by the way. Hello from Greece. Thank you, my friend. Your videos are good, is what I assume that means. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Can't fly 6S here. Too much noise. To be fair, the Sora is really quiet. The Sora isn't much more loud than a 4S, to be fair. Talking about memory fading. What's the name of the video for the setup again? I think it's Axis Flying Manta DC beta flight setup. Just like them. What's the frame rate of the crash videos. I don't know what you mean, sorry. Hit the like button, says Guideline UK. Like the live, please, says SISIFOS. 6S is another world, says Alexandro. I agree. I really like the Flywoo Firefly, says Danny. The Flywoo Firefly, I can never say that, absolutely shocked me at just how much fun it was. I thought 1S, bit small. Oh, the lights have gone off in that church now. That's annoying. I thought, oh, there's a rat in this car park as well. Oh, what a day. What a day. Yeah, I thought, oh, it'd be a bit too underpowered. It might be a little bit boring, but no, me and Boy Wonder had so much fun with it, and it's so quiet and discreet. But you can, I don't know, they've done really, really well with it. I don't know what that question was about the frame rate of the crash video. Do you mean of the Neo crash video? We filmed it with cameras. We had different cameras on at different angles against the wall. Like, it was almost like we knew it was going to happen, but it was by sheer accident, wasn't it, Boy Wonder?
Yeah.
He's not listening to me. He's got his headphones on. Probably got no idea I'm even sat in the car with him.
What?
What? Yes, exactly. Well said, Boy Wonder. So yeah, that's where we're up to really with that. I think personally it was a great video. I just need to put it together in an edit whereby it's an enjoyable video to watch. And it will answer that question for people of how durable is it? Like, if I get it, am I going to destroy it? Yeah, it's so quiet. I can fly a Sunday in church and Jesus will not notice me. I actually flew I haven't released a video yet. You just reminded me. I actually flew the Gepard C Dark Star in a church a couple of weeks ago with Only Drones. Through the beams at the top of the roof and everything. Really, really great fun. I do like flying around churches these days. I do. Poor Neo. Guideline UK probably saw this and run off now to check his Neo and to reassure it that everything's okay and the bad man's not coming to get it. Just know, Guideline UK, if ever I get anywhere near your Neo, it's going to look the same. No, it's a good drone. It is a good drone, but it's very you're better off really spending the money on something like a Flywoo, Jesus, I can't say it, Firefly, because you're going to want to learn that manual control quickly. And I don't know, it's all right, but it's just limited for what it is. But as a selfie drone, I suppose it's okay. I'm running out of things to say about it, really. Thanks very much for your help. Must fly now. Get it. See you. Keep up the amazing videos, says EY. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of your Saturday evening. I'm probably going to end this stream very shortly anyway, because I'm going to just do some copywriting for that shorts and get that shorts out in the next half an hour or so. Boy Wonder's brother should be back out from this party pretty shortly as well. Get it? Lots of shorts in that as well. And it's getting dark and steamy in this car and we're looking a bit dodgy sat in the middle of a car park. So yeah, I think we'll probably end it there. If you've got any questions, as always, please do drop them in the comments down below. Had to capture that red sunset. Yeah, I was looking at that from here and I thought, that looks very nice. But then I also thought, I don't think I've got any battery left, because I was filming the Bando from the air to prove that we wasn't being reckless. So yeah, because, you know, I know for a fact some people are going to be like, oh, you shouldn't be doing this and you shouldn't be doing that. So we just need to make sure that we cover ourselves, because there's always people out there that dislike things. So yeah, anyway, it's been amazing. I'm going to try and talk for another 30 seconds to take it to 25 minutes, but you've all been amazing. Thank you all so much for joining me on this impromptu live. I didn't tell anybody I was going live. I didn't even tell my Discord I was going live, and they always tell me off for that. If you haven't joined my Discord, go to one of the latest videos. There's a non-expiring link in the latest videos. Please do join us. We've got an amazing community over there and it's growing every single day. It's really welcoming, it's really inclusive, and it's just just come and chill with us and just talk shit about drones, because that's what we're all here for at the end of the day. Listen, have an amazing rest of your Saturday, everybody. I can't wait to get back and get this video edited. But until next time, peace out.
See you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.